the pilots will ultimately price themselves out of the marketplace. The airlines will look for cheaper. We're clearly going to go to one pilot flights. Now, maybe not in my lifetime, maybe it's 20, 30 years away. But this, and the pilot unions are great for pushing out that there's a now shock report that goes around every year. Oh, there'll be a shortage of pilots. There will never be a shortage of people who get paid $150,000 a year to work about 18 hours a week. It's not going to happen. There is an inexhaustible supply, and we have a waiting list of about 3,500 people who want to pay us to become pilots on Ryanair, and we're just one example of. Now it does take a while to produce them. We put all our pilots through incredible simulator sessions, I think about twice a year, where we frighten the crap out because it's the only time now. The technology is so good. We put them in there. We do stalls and lightning strikes and whatever else can happen. Like the Air France one, the pitot things all dust up, and you're all asleep. Come back in. What the hell is happening? Because it's really in simulators now. It's the only time these guys really ever come up against these kind of unforeseen events. And when you really want a pilot's skill is in an unforeseen situation. That's when you need those kind of skills. And the challenge, I think, for us as an industry, and certainly I think in terms of safety, and this is one of the recognised challenges going forward, is how do we keep the pilots, I don't know what the phrase is, but attentive, alert, and functioning well together, delivering what is a very repetitive task, but doing it in a very safe manner. And I should say, recognise the role of the IAA. It's interesting, the IAA, for one of the smaller countries in Europe, the IAA has one of the largest fleet registers in this country. We punch far above our weight in Europe. I think a lot of time in Europe we don't make enough out of it. The IAA is one of the big four regulators in Europe, simply because it has Ryanair, it has the leasing companies here. The British, the French and the Germans like to go to all these meetings in Europe and say, well, we're big. The Irish are bigger than all of them. The IAA, the way it has expanded over many years, and the safety record of Irish aviation is a huge credit to the Irish Aviation Authority, who I do think we pay too much to for the services they provide, but nevertheless, we should all be grateful to them for the work they've done on safety.
Thank you. Now, we are on American soil, so timekeeping is important. So, Ambassador, please. Thank you very much.
So, Margaret and Sheila and Michael, thank you very, very much. You could have been out disrupting something